YouTube, what's good? It is your boy, Gifted Gamer 204, back at it again with another video for y'all, man. So if it's your first time swinging by the channel, just do me the favor to hit the like button, share the video, and yeah, feel free to subscribe as well, man. As I'm trying to bring this gaming community channel, I'm trying to do my thing here on YouTube. So um I do thank the ones that have been subscribing and liking the videos and leaving your comments down below and all that stuff. So yeah, man, shout out to y'all. Um yeah, so today we have this article here over at pushsquare.com, and it is from an ex-PlayStation exec, Sean Layden. Says there's been a collapse in gaming creativity. Do you agree? Okay. So this is over at they have a Gamescom in Asia, I believe. I didn't even know that. So it starts today as well. But yeah, this is what he had to say. So let's get right into it. Sean Layden, the ex-PlayStation executive who held a number of high-profile roles across Sony Interactive Entertainment, believes there's been a collapse in creativity across the industry due to studio consolidation and the high cost of production. Okay, that's what we've been talking about. Speaking in Singapore at Gamescom Asia, oh, there it is, yeah. As reported by GameIndustry.biz, the executive noted that software used to get greenlit on the basis of whether it's fun or not. Now it's all about how much money a release can earn in return. Exactly. In the past, we spent a lot more time looking at games and not asking what's your monetization scheme, or what's your current revenue plan, or what's your subscription formula. We asked a simple question: is it fun? Are we having a good time? If you said yes to those questions, you usually get a green light. You didn't worry so much about the end piece, for better or for worse. Of course, back then you didn't make a game for millions of dollars, so your risk tolerance was fairly high. Indeed, Layton notes that the industry is beholden to its ever escalating budgets and that stifling creativity as a consequence. Today, the entry cost for making a AAA game is in the triple digit millions now. I think naturally risk tolerance drops, and you're looking at sequels, you're looking at copycats, because the finance guys who draw the line say, well, if Fortnite made this much money in this amount of time, my Fortnite knockoff can make this in that amount of time. So, which is true. That's why you see a lot of copycat in today's world, especially in the gaming industry. Like, that's what happened with Concord. A lot of people felt it was a copycat. They try to basically do the same thing as Overwatch and a couple other games, and that's why it flopped. So that's what the industry has become now. Bunch of Fortnites, free to play, War Zones, Overwatch, those type of games, and microtransactions. That's all we have now. So I do get what he's saying, I mean, times do change, and it's like he said, back in the day, it didn't cost all that money for you to be stressing over, are you gonna make the money back in return? Like he's saying, the AAA game is into the triple digits now. And we all heard about what happened with Spider-Man 2 and God of War. I think the budget was like close to $300 million to make. So of course there's gonna be some sort of trying to get your money back for your investment. It's not like back in the day. So this is another thing he has to understand as well. Is we're in a different time now. So you gotta go with the times. It's not like before. The games are much bigger. The consoles that we play on are way ahead from what we was playing in back in the days. So it's going to take a lot more money to develop these games. So he got to understand that as well. So Layden has spoken for quite some time about the need for shorter games developed in quicker time frames on smaller budgets. But he also noted that middle tier games, the so-called AA titles, have largely disappeared. If you can become AAA, you survive. If you do something interesting in the indie space, you could. But AA is gone. I think that's a threat to the ecosystem, if you will, he explained. It's certainly true that those smaller mid-tier productions are struggling. Earlier this year, Banisher's Ghost of New Eden released to rave reviews from developer Don't Nod, but the studio currently finds itself in jeopardy after it failed to meet expectations. To us, the gaming industry feels more boom and bust than perhaps it's ever been. There are occasional breakout success stories like Helldivers 2 and Power World, but generally, we're even seeing major AAA titles like Star Wars Outlaws with enormous budgets attached struggle to make an impression. It's clear there's room in the space to succeed. Only last week, Silent Hill 2, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, and Metaphor Refantasio all released to critical acclaim and have each sold at least 1 million units to date. But a misstep with these kinds of budgets attached can be catastrophic. And like Layden says, if there's no space to fail anymore, then publishers are going to be forced to play it safe. So, there you have it. From ex-PlayStation exec Shawn Layden. So, yeah. So my thoughts are basically that, we in a different time, man. This is a different time. It's not like before. And like he said, Helldivers 2 saw success. Power World saw success. What other game did he mention here? Silent Hill 2, Dragon Ball, the Metaphor. So it's like I've been saying, you just gotta make a good game. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter if you're a AAA, AA, or indie. Make a good game. Like Helldivers and Power World are the two perfect examples for that. Nobody would have, because this is what I did, right? I went back to look at the PlayStation showcase when they first announced the Helldivers 2. And I was looking at a lot of content creators, and everybody was like, like everybody was disappointed because, being that Sony at that time had like at least a year and a half without like having a showcase, I believe it was. So, we're expecting a big like showcase at that time. And that's the showcase they showed Spider-Man 2, Helldivers 2, but we saw Helldivers as okay, it looks fun, but it wasn't a big Sony title. Fast forward, the game comes out and look at the success it had. Why? Because the game was good. That's all publishers, developers need to worry about, like making a good game, and that's the rest is gonna take care of itself. You do your job. Do your job at giving us a good game that we're going to enjoy, and it will take care of itself. The rest is gonna take care of itself. So I understood where he was coming from, but at the same time, it's like I'm saying, like, and he mentioned Star Wars Outlaws. We all know what's going on with that, with the Sweet Baby Ink stuff, and that's why the game is struggling to make its money back on that huge budget, especially with a title like Star Wars, which should easily be making over $10 million in sales. So that's a problem, and that's something that he did not mention. So you gotta look carefully when people speak, because they're not saying everything. He's just saying part of the story. He didn't say the full story. Because he didn't mention Sweet Baby Inc. when it came to Star Wars. If he would have, that would have been his answer right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's trying to question why Star Wars didn't make its money back with that tremendous budget that it had. But if he was to mention the Sweet Baby Inc., he would have been answering his own question. You get what I'm saying? So you just gotta be real with it, man. Just be real with it and see what's going on. And that's it. Silent Hill 2 made over $1 million, sold over 1 million units. Dragon Ball, we already know. That sold 3 million copies in 2 days. And the Metaphor Refantasio game is not my cup of tea, but it's a great game, I heard. For those who play those type of games. So there we have it, man. So if you enjoyed this video, just help out your boy, hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, as I'll be bringing y'all more heat. And let's get it, man. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. All right, peace.